Body bags where horror lies.
Welcome back to Body Bags. This is week number 446. This is a theme week, and the theme is Anchor Bay. I'll be your host, Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Today I'm going to be talking about Slayer. Of course, that's Anchor Bay. Alright. Slayer is a 2006 film which runs approximately 88 minutes and is written and directed by Kevin Van Hook. He was responsible for Alpha Wolf, Frost, and Death Row. Now this stars Casper Van Dien as Hawk. He was in The Pact, Starship Troopers, and Sleepy Hollow. Tony Piana as Javier. He was in The Dead One, Knockout, and a ton of TV. And Kevin Grevioux as Greaves. He was in Underworld, Charlie's Angels, and Men in Black 2. Now this also has Danny Trejo in it and Linda Carter. I was really surprised. And the budget was $2 million. Now this is a made-for-TV or made-for-sci-fi movie. So it's pretty bloody. Not really anything in the way of nudity. And I don't really believe there was any foul language, but there's a ton of blood in it. And this is basically a vampire action film along the lines of movies like Underworld. Now, one of the guys who plays in it, Kevin Grevioux, he was actually in Underworld, as I said before. He's really tall African-American fellow with a really deep voice, really big guy. He's almost unmistakable. He's freaking huge. So, this has a fairly simple story. Casper Van Dien is a captain in a soldier crew. And of course, Kevin Grevioux is his best friend. It's about 8 or 10 of them, and they're in the jungle trying to rescue someone when they come across a band of vampires. Now, this band of vampires kills a few of their men, but Casper Van Dien and his best friend are able to get away, and, most of the men are able to get away. But they realize that vampires are running rampant in the jungle. Linda Carter actually plays his ex-mother-in-law and his commanding officer at the same time. She's like not a general, but she's above him. Well, it just so happens his ex-wife, which is her daughter, who he's still in love with, is actually on an expedition in the jungle where the vampires are. So he has to go back in with his men and try to rescue her. That's basically the gist of the story. Now, what did I think of it? I've seen a lot of sci-fi movies, and most of them are kind of, well, it's a certain type of film where you have fun with it. They're rampant with CGI, and they're just kind of goofy in ways. Kind of like Sharknado, Three-Headed Shark Attack, movies like that. But sci-fi, when they first started doing original films, actually made some pretty darn good ones. And this is one of them. It doesn't seem quite as generic as the typical sci-fi channel film, if you get my meaning. It was done a lot better, and I will say some of the vampires looked a little cheesy, but the main vampire, who's pictured here at the end, I thought he looked really, really cool and really different. So I was pretty impressed by that. All in all, it's not a bad way to spend 88 minutes. Is it my favorite film? No, but I do like films like this. I like action adventure horror films like Underworld, and this was basically kind of in the same mold as Underworld, if you get my meaning. I mean, it doesn't have werewolves in it, it's all vampires, but it kind of has that same sort of feeling. So, definitely check this one out. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.